Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. I am your host. I am the tribal chief of Raider Nation. I go by the name of Hammer.
Acknowledge me.
Hope everybody's having a great Monday wherever you guys are at. Those coming on in, y'all know the routine. Those new in here, let me teach you real quick. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. It's Monday. Our game isn't until next Monday, so I'm a little caught off guard with this one right now, but Uncle Pete will be taken to the podium in a matter of moments. So once the presser starts, you guys will get it here in its entirety. I do believe the brothers of Mount Shieldmore, Wasted and Graph, have a very, very special show later, another hour and a half to be exact. DJ Glaze, our right tackle, will be joining them, so make sure to pull on up to that live, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Salute to Taino. Salute to Cameron. Hope everybody's doing well. I got 10 likes already. Appreciate y'all. I don't know how many we have in here. We got 5 on X. We got 29 on YouTube. Appreciate everybody that's pulling on up. Yeah, it's been a minute since you got a live out of me. Day off. No OT. Thank God. So I thought I'd come on and hang out with you guys, shoot the shit for a while. Frank, Johnny, what's good? Hope the O-line comes up to see what I'm curious to see what he has to say. Another tough loss and probably one of the ugliest games that I've watched in a very, very long time. A 10-7 final in Denver Thursday night against the Broncos. We lost a lot of guys. Specifically, Jackson Powers-Johnson with that ankle injury. And after the game, the presser that Pete Carroll did after the game and said it looks like JPJ could be out for a couple of weeks, which is a huge blow to this offensive line. He really was, especially in the absence of left tackle Colton Miller being on IR, one of the best, if not the best offensive lineman that we did have active. So speedy recovery to him, man. And I saw Graph's post the other day. Shout out to JPJ's family. They gave him, they sent him out little care package with a letter and an autographed jersey. Couldn't happen to a better guy, most definitely. JPJ, speedy recovery. We can't wait to get you back on the field. Dylan Parham went down with an injury as well. This is a guy that we've talked about, final year of his contract. Don't really see him coming back, but it was another major blow. Our two starting interior offensive linemen went down early, and we saw pretty much what happened as a result of that and how it went for us the rest of the way. Salute to everybody else that's pulling on up right now. Green Ranger, E. Lee, Grandizer, subscribe for the knowledge, stay for the personality. I appreciate you, my guy. And again, we will have the presser on momentarily. Let's go around the league real quickly. A lot of games yesterday, a lot of, I guess, another upside down Sunday, if you will. Indy and Atlanta in Germany. It was a really good game. Went down to the wire pretty much. But again, Jonathan Taylor, you just can't stop this dude. Over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, I think this is like the third or fourth time this season that he had scored 3 touchdowns. So they handled business 31-25, kind of a bounce back after that loss last week. New Orleans handled business in Carolina 17-7. The Chicago Bears, they were down. You would have thought that the Giants were going to win that game. Again, you would have thought. Bears won 24-20, and earlier today, head coach Brian Daboll, now former head coach Brian Daboll of the New York Football Giants, was fired. Offensive coordinator Mike Kafka is interim head coach for the rest of the way for them. Another one down to the wire. I definitely thought Jacksonville was going to hang on. Nope. Houston, 36, Jacksonville, 29. Upside down, like I said, Miami, 30, Buffalo, 13. That Super Bowl window is closing very, very, very quickly for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Baltimore handled their business 27-19 over Minnesota in Minnesota. Another game that was a very close game for the most part, but 1 or 2 miscues at the very end. Cleveland had the chance to get the ball back and try to come back late in the fourth quarter, but a neutral zone infraction. I think it was 3rd down, or no, 4th and short. They were going to let the clock run down and punt it. Cleveland fucked up. The New York Jets won 27-20. They've won two straight. That puts them at 2-7. New England handled business in Tampa. Another, I don't know if this one was much of an upset. New England's actually looked pretty solid this year, but they went into Tampa and handled their business and won 28-23. Seattle and Arizona, I was watching a lot of this game. And oh my God, Seattle. I want to say it was DeMarcus Lawrence, two fumble recoveries to the house. Actually, it was Knight that forced the fumbles both times. Lawrence recovered them and scored the touchdowns. That shit was insane. They were up, I think 38-0 by before the end of the first half, like even early into the first half. So that was a pretty solid game as well. The Rams handled business 42-26 over San Francisco. Another game I was watching late yesterday, Detroit and Washington, 44-22. Man, Sonic Knuckles, Amon-Ra St. Brown, that was a very, very good game for them as well. Salute to the Mod Mom in the building. Salute to Leaky, watching over on the Twitter side of things, or X, I'm sorry, the X side of things. I appreciate you guys pulling on up. We're waiting for the presser to start. We right now are looking at the latest installment of As a Shield Turns. So the second Uncle Pete takes to the podium. Again, we will bring you the presser live in its entirety. So make sure to hang on out for a bit. Only presser you want to see from Pete is a retirement one. Jesus Christ, Daniel. And yeah, I didn't bring this up. Kind of writing was on the wall after this game. That writing kind of has been on the wall for a couple of weeks as it pertains to our special teams. But special teams coordinator Tom McMahon was relieved of his duties early Friday morning. Again, I know I haven't been on, but the writing was on the wall. We kind of saw it coming. We kind of talked about it during the game on Thursday night. Like, they did give the interim tag, but I'm available this coming off season if you guys need a special teams coordinator. Like, I have plenty of experience doing it, just saying. Salute to Frank on the 199. Where is it? Hey, the alerts are back. Thank God. Salute to you. Yo, fire everyone. Jesus Christ. What time is it out here? 6:35. Yes. My day off. I can have a drink. I can hang out. And we have somebody that we need to talk to this week as well. Stay tuned. Raider Bubba, salute. Pete is almost unbearable to listen to as McDaniels, but not quite. Apples to oranges. Apples to oranges. No, at least he could have a conversation. At least you're not getting the ums and you knows and all that other shit. That, man, I wanted to beat my head against the wall every time we covered one of those pressers. So, yeah. Any guess Raider will win on Monday or better go to draft pick. You know what's funny? Salute to Johnny Kicknuts. He sent me a message yesterday with all these games yesterday. It's still crazy to see that we're, I believe, outside of the top 5 in terms of this draft class or in terms of the 2026 draft. So, yeah, it's a bit of a surprise, but we still have a lot of games left. No, you didn't miss it, Ty. He will be at the podium momentarily. Again, I do have it up. No Diddy if necessary. I have it, the rotating shield. We're waiting for it to start. The second it starts, we will cut right to it. You guys know how I do. It's been a minute, been a few weeks since I've been on and doing a live other than a game, but I was like, I need to get on. It's my day off. Let me take advantage of it. I had a nice little nap before. I think I woke up like an hour and a half ago. I'm definitely surprised to see a presser, one, this late in the day for us. Number two, our game isn't until next Monday night. And for those that are unaware, we have a Monday night game. Oh, never mind. Uncle Pete, podium. Here we go.
Want to introduce yourself to one another? Well, we're getting ready here with start this long week for us for Monday night coming up, and we're going to try to take full advantage of it. We need a lot of areas need to improve. We got work to do, and we're going to take advantage of the days that are extra, which is one of them today.
We talked a lot about the short week last week. How much does that longer week give you guys time to work on some things? And
No, it does. It does. I thought our guys responded really well and played really hard the other night on Thursday night, and I really liked that we were able to do that because it's a unique situation that you're in, and we got to learn from those times when we get them. But this will help too. This gives you a little bit of break on the legs, and we'll get a good full week plus, half a day today and a full day tomorrow. So we have nothing to complain about. We have a lot of time to get better.
The news that Jackson Powers Johnson might be going to IR, does that open up an opportunity for Caleb Williams?
This is their audio, not mine.
To compete for some playing time?
Yeah, he will go on IR. Then, and in that, it certainly does. We'll see how Dylan Parham does coming back, but we think he's going to make it back, and it does open up opportunities that we're gonna give some guys a shot at it and see how that looks. We've been kind of working the backup spot there for some time now, so that's kind of in line with what's been going on. We're gonna miss JPJ. He plays his butt off and really loves this program and shows it in everything that he does. But it's going to be a while before he gets back, but the IR thing will take care of that.
What went into the decision to alleviate Tom McMahon? And also with that, what do you think this means for Darius to be able to step up into that role as well?
Yeah, I thought we needed a change. And I love Tom. He's a great dude, and he's done a great job for us. He's a career ball coach. And but I thought we just needed a change, and part of that is that I want to see what Darius does with it and see how he handles it. I mean, he's done it before. He's been in this situation before. He's been a teams guy before, and he's very well versed. But I think it was time for a change there, and that's why we did that.
What are some of
Thank you, John.
strengths?
Yeah, he's a very good communicator. Very active on the field. Hands-on type of coach. Really skilled in scheme. There's not time to change a bunch of our scheme at this point, but is to emphasize and to focus on things that we think we needed to get better. And so I'm hoping that the voice change will help us in that regard.
What has Caleb shown you, during this development phase?
Yeah, he's a really good athlete. He's bright. He's got a good mentality about him. He brings energy when he's on a field. It's just a matter of time before he really gains command of what's going on with the game itself. So he's got a real high upside. So we're interested in giving him a chance to show what he can do and see if he can get on the field and help us out. So really nothing but positive so far.
You haven't had to make a staff change in your career a lot mid-season. What are your expectations, I guess, of what kind of jump that could give, not just special teams, but the whole group?
Yeah, well, knowing Tom and Darius as I do, those guys they'll speak a lot of the same language, but it'll be a change for us, kind of in personality that I'm hoping will help us and make a difference, and I'm hoping it also motivates our players too, that they realize that we need to do better. We need to avoid the big errors that have happened to us in the kicking game that have cost us potential wins, and that they'll rally behind this move. And that doesn't mean that they don't love Tom. They do. And so we'll see how this goes. You're right about that. Yeah, there haven't been very many changes, but this is one of them.
Where's Carlson's head right now?
Well, he's trying to get right. He wants to do right by his team, and he wants to get clear. And he's well versed on the mentality of how you do that, the preparation and the practice to get your mind clear so that you can perform like you're capable. And when they stack up on you after some time, you have to deal with it directly. So we're addressing that right now.
Obviously, a lot of errors on special teams, but you did have 2 punts inside the 2-yard line last game. What does that do for your team?
Yeah, the kicking game was really good in some aspects of it. We covered like crazy, had some big hits and setbacks, field position changes. AJ's game was almost perfect.
Yep.
Beautiful game. And under those conditions with the weather, you saw how it affected their punter. He came through in a magnificent way, which set up the opportunities for the defense to really take advantage of it, and they did. So we were really fitting together in real positive ways. Missing a kick and getting a punt block, they can make a difference in the game. And look how close this game was. That's how it was. I think they scored after the punt block, and and we missed our 3 points there. So huge factors, and hopefully we can get rid of those.
Kyle, you had 2 picks on Thursday against Denver. Just looking at the tape, what did he do well in your eyes?
He played a really good fundamental game, which he does a lot. He really understands the principles of staying on top and working his technique. He's a really good tackler, and he's got very good hand-eye coordination, and he showed it on that ball. It was a heck of a catch to make. under those circumstances and change that situation in the game drastically. And even the tip that he grabbed he very aggressively went after that ball and snatched it out of the air, just showing that he's comfortable playing the position. So I was really happy with both those guys that played the right corner spot. Corners have been playing pretty good football, and KU took advantage of his opportunities really well.
Lonnie Johnson had to jump back in there pretty quick. What did he show you on film?
Well, he has a lot of confidence, and he brings a lot of confidence from his experience and all of that. He's working with Marcus and Joey. He knows those guys really well. We trust the heck out of him. We were really excited about his role as he would fit it into the rest of the fellas when we started this thing off. So he's excited about showing it, and we're excited about seeing it. So he's just getting started. This won't be his best game. He's going to improve as he goes, gains his confidence and all of that. Gets a chance to tackle a few more guys. He had a couple nice tackles in the game. But he's a very well-versed football player and has a lot of variety to the things he adds.
Does that also free up maybe Jeremy Chin to be utilized in different ways as well?
Well, you've seen the last 2 weeks has been a little bit of a shift because we were heading towards Lonnie coming back, and so you've seen him in a couple different spots. So he's a most versatile player. He did some really exciting things this week in the game plan, and we hope to continue to expand on that.
Where's Gino health-wise?
He was out there today. He feels pretty good.
What about Parham?
He was out there today also. So, with the long week, we have a chance for both those guys to be ready to go.
That's good.
Yep. Thanks so much.
All right, there you guys have it. Pete Presser. Yeah, man. So, long story short, out of what we got out of that presser just now, JPJ unfortunately is going to be on IR. Fucking huge blow, because now we have to see Alex Kappa at right guard, and he hasn't done so well with the little bit of playing time that he has had at right guard for us this season. To mention Tom McMahon, it was a lot of talk about Tom McMahon, who was fired like 3 fucking days ago. Excuse my language. And I know somebody in here just asked about Swinton, Darius Swinton, who is now the interim special teams coordinator for the Raiders. We're roughly the same age. I was born in April 1985. He's special teams coordinator for us now. Previously served as an assistant for the Cardinals, the Lions, the Bears, the Niners, the Broncos, the Chargers, and the Kansas City Chiefs. So a lot of experience. But look, I said it before the presser started, like, hey, I'm available. I have the experience doing it, not at a collegiate level, not NFL level, but still remember a lot of things and know exactly where to put people in the right position on special teams and not put some of our starters out there to die. Just saying. The kicking game was great, right? From the aspect of Cole, he kind of shitted on Carlson in that fucking presser. A little messed up. But it is what it is. No point playing JPJ or anyone we expect to see start next year. 2-7, you're right, man. And salute to you. You're right. I meant because you wanted... Wait, what? I missed that. I'm going to have to find that. I'm confused as hell with one of the comments. I see that right now. What's good? I'm good, man. I'm here. I appreciate y'all being here right now. This is a lost season anyways, and Pete will be gone by the end of the season. So let's go through the remaining schedule real quickly. And I've done this a couple of times over the last few weeks, and, there's probably people who've gotten butthurt over it. Realistically, I'm just calling it how I see it. I love my team, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that everything is sunshine and rainbows. There's no way. Definitely not what we expected. We pretty much have gotten janked by a used car salesman. Like, you expect 10 wins. You expect 10 wins. Well, we're 2-7 right now. We're not winning 8 games in a row. You're not getting 10 wins out of this season. The mishandling of JPJ. Oh, he's going to be starting guard. But like I said, I love him at right guard. We watched the game on Thursday night. A couple plays that I that stood out where I was like, this is why it makes sense for him to be a right guard for us. The mishandling of Raheem Mostert. To an extent, I kind of got it, but then it was like, now he's doing kick returns, and he's been doing a great job for us. Having Zamir White in there as a number 2 was just criminal. Point blank, period, the end. It's a culmination of things going into this season. Like, even we knew the whole thing with Jacoby Myers, and I talked about this months ago. I looked at it from the standpoint from when we had the draft and drafting Thornton and Besh, like, there's a good chance they are going to move on from Jacoby. We know that Colton and Jacoby were on the final years of their contracts. And I said it. I know what I'm talking about when I say things like this, but obviously, like, your left tackle is a priority over a wide receiver, respectfully. That dude is a key component, is the anchor to that offensive line, and has to protect the quarterback's blind side. So Colton was going to get a deal first. So it was like, okay, then Jacoby's requesting a trade, doesn't happen, blah, 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 blah. The trade talks continued to heat up. He gone last week. We signed free agent linebacker Jermaine Pratt. This was a prove-it deal. Granted, whatever shit he got into behind closed doors or in the facilities of Henderson, okay, it's cool. He wasn't active for the game against the Colts. They released him after the game against the Colts. One day later, he signs with the Colts. That team is not fucking around this year, by the way. And again, Jacoby was just traded last week for a 4th and a 6th. So again, it's a whole culmination. He said salute to Deb. The mishandling of JPJ sounds like you ain't lying. You ain't lying. But again, yeah, it's really now it's looking more and more like a lost season. Again, we sit here at 2-7. We have 9 games to go. And this is a remaining schedule. We already had our bye week. And this is somewhat of a semi-bye as we don't come back until next Monday. We have Dallas Monday night. We will be live for that, of course. We have the Browns the following week. I've talked about this. Do not be surprised if we see some crazy shit and all of a sudden Shedeur Sanders is starting against us. Just wait. We had the Chargers after that. We're home against the Broncos. We have the Eagles December 14th in Philly. I might actually try to take a trip to Philly. Maybe do a live stream out there for those in the nation that are not going to Lincoln Financial. We'll see. Stay tuned. We're in Houston the week, a couple days before Christmas against the Texans. Another game I would have loved to have gone to. Salute to my cousin who's a new resident to Houston. We got the New York Football Giants the following week. They don't have dates now on this. Second to last week is against the Giants, and they, again, just fired Brian Dable and have Mike Kafka relieving him of his duties as an interim head coach for the remainder of the way. And then we close it out at home against the Chiefs. So, look, I've said this. I'm not shying away when I say it. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys everything's okay, because clear as fuck it's not. Looking at this schedule, and yeah, the Jets did beat the Browns yesterday. The Jets have won 2 in a row, but it's the fucking Jets. I'm still looking at this team as a 2-15 team. 2-15 team right now. If you feel some type of way about it, tough shit. But there's nothing right now. Absolutely nothing that's making me think otherwise. Do I want to look ahead to the draft? No, not really. But the way this shit has happened, yeah, I'm just like 2-15. Change my mind, prove me otherwise. Like, again, any given Sunday, the Cardinals did beat the Cowboys last week. Chargers have had some losses that were just like, damn, that really happened. So I don't know. We're tanking without tanking. Mishandling of JPJ starring Carroll and special appearance by Wilkins. Ooh, damn, man. That's terrible. And again, yeah, there's another situation. Thank you guys. I thank you guys for being here. You know what? The whole thing with Wilkins, it kind of went out the window, kind of like the whole thing with Chandler Jones a couple of years ago. It's like something that I would not want to remember. So, yeah. But it was just a whole bunch of, it's been a whole bunch of things. I said the same thing 2 and 15. Like, if you guys hate me for that, you hate me for that. But would you rather me sit here and fucking feed you bullshit? Or would you rather me be fully transparent, completely real about the situation? Like, this ain't hypothetical or rhetorical, rather. This isn't rhetorical. You can answer that question in the chat. Do you want me to fucking tell you things are going to be okay right now? Because the way this season looks, they're not. Graf did a live last week, and I had mentioned a little number, and it wasn't digging or anything. It was just clear as day. And I could actually look at it now because I'm looking at the schedule again. But you're looking at, again, we sit at 2 and 7, right? For the losses that we had, we gave up 30 plus points. We gave up 40 twice. And some of the games, Chargers game, we were in there for a while. Appreciate John B on the $10. Thank you. I still see us keeping Pete until Gruden's thing is done. And Mark, you really think that he's going to bring Gruden back? That would be incredibly. I would be stunned. I would be completely stunned if something like that happened. I feel like your takes are 100%. I appreciate you. I think AP would have did a better job than Pete Carroll. What was the point of firing him for this? Taco K, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, you look at it from the standpoint, and correct me if I'm wrong with this one, guys. So, and I need somebody to remind me of, I can't remember his name right now. Who? Because again, it's somebody that's already gone. What was the not the coordinator, the GM's name? Was that Telesco? That was Telesco, right? Stephen Hinton, what up? Just say yes or no. Somebody tell me. Fill me in, please. Was it Telesco? Watching Raiders play feels like constantly hearing hellfire from Hunchback. Damn. Shout out to Demokes. He said, Quasi. Okay, so it was Telesco. Okay. So you bring AP back for the season, right? Hire Tom Telesco as the GM. We know a myriad of different things transpired during that offseason, including JJ going to Green Bay. Now, I told you guys after months of keeping it in, because some of y'all, and I'm pretty sure it's nobody else. I gotta turn that down. Thank you for becoming a new subscriber. And I'm sorry, that just went through my ear. But JJ left, and again, I sat on it knowing exactly what happened for months, and like I said, I don't think it's any of you guys in here, but a lot of people were going off the rails. Like, oh, he took the money and ran, Nobody knowing the full situation. Then I let it out, and you guys are like, oh. Like, yeah. Like, some of y'all jumped ahead of yourselves. AP wanted him here. Absolutely. JJ was going to take the cut. Was going to take the pay cut. And the next thing was trying to get a quarterback. Talked about Jaden Daniels. Obviously, it wasn't going to happen. We know where he's at, and now he's actually out for the season with a dislocated elbow. If I remember correctly, his non-throwing arm. His non-throwing elbow. But you brought in a guy like Gardner Minshew to be the starter with a coach in AP who is getting a full year as a head coach. You didn't do him anything, like any service with that. Then the drama with Devontae being traded. Like, it's funny. Now we got 2 straight years where we have traded top receivers that we had. It's just, should we have potentially given him another chance? Because it's like, you look at this scenario now. We're getting a salute to Demokes. Salute to Natty Music. Appreciate y'all. Like, he didn't have a QB, and you guys were just ready to be one and done with AP. You bring Pete in. Pete, I believe, if I remember correctly, he's here for 3 years. But guess what? Yes, we got another GM. Telesco was gone. The one thing I cannot take away from Telesco was his draft. He had a very good draft. And we talked about that. I loved that draft class. But you didn't get the quarterback. And now you look at this with Pete coming in as a head coach. We talked about the culture change. He was able to get his guy. He was able to get his quarterback here. And we see what it's doing for us now. And I've said this, I'm not shying away from it when I say it. Geno Smith is looking like the New York Jets Geno Smith. I'm not apologetic when I say that shit. Costly turnovers, stupid mistakes, not throwing the ball away when he should. I am not going to put blame on him for this past Thursday night's game. I'm not. Graf, same thing. He was not shitting on Geno with the previous game, with the game against the Broncos. You lost your two best offensive linemen. You're already playing with a dude at left tackle that is not it either in the absence of Colton Miller. If I remember correctly, and let me just pull the stats up because I don't even want to attempt to try to remember this. If this shit comes up. Nope. Of course, I get a player on the screen that I'm not looking to see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm so sorry for the dead air, guys. I just want to make my point. Is it here? No, it's not. Oh, yeah. He was sacked six times. And I'm pretty sure the majority of them were after both JPJ and Dylan Parham were out for the game. So it's like, I can't be mad at Chip Kelly. People running wide open all over the place. He just can't find them. There you go. We've seen little glimpses, little shines here and there. Look, Jacksonville, Brock was gone for 3 games, and Brock was Mr. Business. He had the ass to grass touchdown. It was just... Hold on one second, guys. Sorry, guys. It's kind of a apples to oranges type thing, but it's really not. Pete got guys that he wanted. You didn't give AP the necessary resources that he felt that he needed for this team to succeed. You brought in Geno. You have an extension on him. You can get out of this deal. For those that are unaware, you can get out of it after this season. I feel like the only way that they would get out of it, or the only way that they would look to release him, is if Pete Carroll is gone. I think if he's here, that he's gonna want to keep him here. Yoshi, what's up? Salute to everybody in here. I'm not defending Geno because he's playing terrible this year, but what does he actually have to work with compared to Seahawks Geno? Hold on, let me see this, because I'm actually liking this comment. Salute to John Wick. Compared to, it's 1 year. Let's see how things work out in a couple of years, bro. Look, I'm just doing a comparison right now, John, and I appreciate your comment. I appreciate you watching from X. I do. I'm just kind of stating the obvious with the similarities between this coaching staff, between AP as the head coach, between Carroll as the head coach. AP did not get or have the necessary resources that he needed for this team to succeed last season, and they fired him after 1 year. Pete gets his quarterback, because we did have Aiden O'Connell here. Pete got his quarterback. It's a struggle this year. Again, this offensive line, Colton being on the IR. Now JPJ is going to be placed on IR. Play calling has been kind of iffy at times, but it also has been the offensive line. Brennan Carroll doing a shit job as the offensive line coach. Do we give this another year? I think they will. I much rather go another year than to see the fucking carousel that it's been for years on end. But I'm not Mark Davis. I'm not Tom Brady. I'm not John Spytek. Would I bring Pete Carroll back for another year? And people are going to get mad at me when I say this, but yes. Maybe things do get fixed in the offseason. I've talked about this in terms of the draft, and yes. I've talked about this in terms of the draft, and yes, it's April. We're in November. But there's only two positions I'm looking at realistically in the first round. I'm not looking at a quarterback, not in the first round. This is not, again, this, and I'm going to keep saying it to you guys, and nobody in this chat better put Arch because he is not coming out. This quarterback draft class is not it. I am looking, especially now, I'm looking at a guard. I'm looking at a left guard. I don't see JPJ going back to center. Not right now, anyways. I'm looking at interior offensive line, or I'm looking at a number one corner. Someone I can draft and see as a number one corner, a day one starting corner. That's my vision. That's what I'm looking at moving forward. I don't know what anybody else is looking at. I don't know what any other content creator. I don't know what, and again, these guys in the front office right now are probably not looking that far ahead, but this is where I'm looking right now moving forward. I'm not going for a quarterback in the first round. Sorry. He's had a very and I love my Longhorns. This is a development year for him, realistically, as a starter. This is the growing pains year for Arch Manning. Not me being a homer, I've watched every single game. I'm very intrigued to watch this game against Georgia this coming Saturday night. There's some kid that they're hyping right now in North Texas, and like the kid never started in high school, and this, that, and the third was a walk-on. But I'm not even gonna go there with this. AC, do you really think that that's the case right now? Like, yes, Meredith ain't it. We've seen things from him that just makes you scratch your head and put your head through a wall. This can't be fixed in 2 years. Ooh, damn. Kush, what up? You know what's funny? One of my childhood friends calls me that. And salute to Ronnie. Salute to Ronnie. That's my guy. And on a side note, happy birthday to my little brother. 36 years old today. He's living his best life in DR. Love you. Happy birthday. Many, many more. And I'll definitely see you very, very soon. We have been on for only 38 minutes. There's still 239 of you in here. There's over 200 in here on YouTube. I did not think that I was going to get so many people in here today, and it's been a while since I've done a live other than games. So I appreciate everybody that's in here. If you haven't already, do me a favor. Don't let it be your last time in here if it's your first time. But break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell. There are some things that I actually have worked on over the last couple of days. We do have a new logo for those. Well, actually, it's on YouTube now. We have 106 likes. I appreciate y'all. We put it on all the social media platforms. We have a brand new logo. I hope you guys like it. When I get a chance, I will upload it to here as well. Salute to the Mokes on the $2 holler. We need to draft Chad Powers, and this guy. Yeah, I fucking can't. I still have yet to watch that show, and a lot of people have talked about it as well. And they're sending the birthday love for little bro. You said hammer minor. Salute to you and Callie. Appreciate you. Thank you, Zon. I appreciate you. I don't even know where we are standing. I think we were close to like 10-6 the other day. Arch Manning couldn't even beat out Quinn. Hey, pause. Pause, Dan. Pause. I'm glad I didn't read the whole thing. Pause. Let's see where we're at, though. I'm curious. We're 14 away from 10,600. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, man. I appreciate y'all. Not gonna lie, Ooze, I'd be embarrassed sometimes being a Raiders fan, but I am suffering alongside you guys. Look, the one thing that I appreciate out of each and every single one of y'all, Like, you guys give me props for sitting here and being able to do like a 3.5 hour game and go through this pain. But like I said, this is like my therapy session. It's therapy. We're all in a therapy session together. It's a terrible, terrible situation to be in. But regardless, win, lose, or tie, we already know what it is. And we're all in this together no matter what. Like, I will sit here, I will talk my shit, I will call things the way I see them. I still love my team regardless. Regardless of what we go through, regardless of how bad this shit can be at times, I'm still here. I'm here for my team. I'm here for each and every single one of y'all. So, and again, I always tell you guys, the platform doesn't grow without each and every single one of y'all. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for enduring this continuous struggle that is our Raiders as it stands right now. As a Raiders fan, we all need therapy. This is an abusive relationship where Zon, you ain't lying, bro. LA, what up? Raiderism, what's good, man? So unfortunately, but like you said, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. There you go. Win, watch Gino till us pick. Look, I've actually had jokes about this, and you know what? I don't think they're really jokes when they're true, but like last few weeks, I've told people, hey, you doing a parlay? Put Gino down for at least one interception. Now you get your money's worth, right? Let's say the opinions of the fans are. I mean, they're going on in less than an hour. I don't want to take up any time. Tim, this was from Residency. This was a swag gift I got from them. I'm thinking about this now. 2 years ago, we did the live watch party at for the draft at Barcode. Salute to Cody. And we got swag bags from Residency. I've actually reached out to them not too long ago. Like, this is one of my favorite hats. This is really my game day hat. I'm not a fan of snapbacks. This is the snapback for me. Like, seriously, I love this hat. They beat us and convinced us if we left our. Oh my God. There's going to be a day this all turns around. Well, I hope it's before I'm dead. There's a couple of things that I've said that I've wanted to see in my lifetime. Because the last time the Raiders won a Super Bowl, I was not a thought. The last time the Mets won a World Series, I was only 9 months old. Yes, I've seen the Dodgers win. But what was the other thing I wanted to see? The Knicks win an NBA championship. I have not seen. I wanted to see a Triple Crown in horse racing. I have gotten that. I need those other things to happen before I die. I would much rather have them happen for me before I'm in my 50s too. So we'll see what happens. Salute to J Rowe on the $5. According to Pete, he didn't see this coming being 74 years old. We'll get through it, family. 3-14, Raider Nation for life. Salute to Harold Green. What do you think? Hold on. What do you think of us going after Pickens in the offseason and give Gino a big target? We have a big target right now. We have a big target. That big target goes by the name of Barack. And you saw what Mr. Business did last week. One thing I've wanted to steer away from, John, and salute to you again. I've wanted to stay away from those big money diva receivers because we see the trend and the problem that it's caused over the years. And we actually did like a little timeline of this. I think we did it last season with Devontae Adams being on his way out. Devontae Adams. I guess we could throw Jacoby in this in a sense because like he wanted to be traded because there was no deal for his contract. So Jacoby, Devontae, Antonio Brown. I don't put the Amari Cooper on him necessarily. Randy Moss. It's a track record with elite receivers that have been headaches. I don't want to do that again. And I said it before in terms of Besh and Thornton. These guys are supposed to be the future of this team at the receiver positions, respectfully. Like, and that was the reason I felt that Jacoby wasn't getting the contract anyways. So I don't know if I'm looking for a free agent receiver like that again. I really don't. You know what's funny? I have a coworker that's from Liverpool. Really solid dude too. I live in the Chiefs' official sponsor vacation destination, Branson, Missouri. Nasty work, Raider Nation for life, no matter what. Talk that shit. Ty, you way older than me, though. I'm just saying, man, I would like to see all of my teams win a championship before I'm 50. Like, I got to see other things, but Oh, okay. So I'm guessing this is like the timeline for the receivers. Yeah. This is why I don't want to do that again. No. And look, I think a lot of people in here right now could agree the same, like have the same sentiment as well. Like, do we really want to put ourselves through that circus again when it comes to having a diva like receiver? I don't think anybody wants to deal with that headache anymore. Let's see. Spy Tech should go all in the trenches. Thank you, Cold. And I'm gonna take a look. You know what? Fuck all the dumb shit. Let me take a look right now. I'm gonna take a look at something. We'll go through some names. Very, very curious now that you guys mention this. That's actually, yeah, that's not correct because he's locked in right now. Hold on one second, guys. I'm sorry for the dead air. I apologize. Checking 2026. This shit is gonna be annoying. I don't think they're gonna be able to show me anything right now on this. I apologize, guys. I was trying to pull something up on Spot Track, but it's not showing me what I wanted to show me. But I don't want to say any of these names right now because I have a feeling that I could be wrong on this. So I don't want to take that chance. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Jacoby lost first them and with them. Yep. Don't feel bad, Hammer. I was only 5 months old the last time the Raiders won a Super Bowl. Yeah, see, like I wasn't even alive, bro. At least I got to see them in a Super Bowl, but I wasn't alive when they won. So, oh yeah, Deshaun Jackson as well. I forgot about that. I wish I knew, but I'm not in liberty to discuss. Let me see. Salute to the Demon King in the building. And again, I'm not trying to be on much longer. We've been on for almost an hour. There's still, oh my God. There's almost 200 of you guys here on the YouTube side of things, almost 50 of you guys on the X side of things. I don't want to stay on too long because, again, I know that Graph and Wasted have that live in about 45 minutes. I just wanted to come on. Again, it's been a minute since I've done a show, let alone a live show, a solo show. And I was like, let me just take advantage of it. My day off, again, the presser was a hell of a lot later than I expected. I was like, I need to get on. I need to put on a show for you guys. I miss you guys. I really do. Like, work and school has been very, very tough recently, especially the last 2 weeks. Like, I was cramming for this one class that was incredibly intense that I thought I was not going to do well on. Honest to God. It was a 6 week, very, very intensive. And I was like, there's no way I'm getting anything higher than a B. Last Monday, y'all, I get the notification. Grades are out. Your boy finished with an A minus. I'll take it. I will take it. So it's been crazy. I still got one that I'm really working on right now that I'm trying to get through, and I have another little over a month left. But I'm gonna try my best to get on when I can. Try to put on the best Raiders, and I know we haven't heard this in a while. That I can. But I'm also trying to do a lot to put myself in a better position than I am right now. So I do miss being on. I do miss doing as many shows and being as consistent as I once was. And it's not like I'm sitting here telling you guys goodbye right now. Like, when I can, I'm going to make time for this. I'm going to put on the best shows that I can for you guys. Of course, we're going to do the games. I was able to work things around our schedule, our regular season schedule this year, where I'm available to do every single game pretty much. So that's a plus. But yeah, that's I ought to keep grinding, keep doing what I'm doing. But again, I'll do my best to be on when I can as well. We will be live next Monday. I'm going to try to get on a couple of times this week. Again, having this long layover, I'm very surprised that they actually did have a presser, let alone a practice today. You heard Gino was on the field. Dylan Palm was on the field. JPJ is going to be placed on IR. Again, Tom McMahon fired. He was fired on Friday. I don't know why he had to drag out or scratch that. Why the media had to ask those stupid questions and drag that shit out. He was fired on Friday. Wasn't something that needed to be addressed. I gave you guys a quick little synopsis of Darius Swinton, the interim special teams coordinator. That's pretty much it. We've covered a lot. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Alex, I think you just walked in. I pretty much just gave you guys a full update of everything that we covered, everything that was talked about during this live. So that was a quick synopsis and that was a quick breakdown of everything, man. I'm trying my best, man. I really am, and I think a lot of people are starting to take notice of that as well. So, on that note, if you haven't already, do me a favor. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house at Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Raider Nation News Today. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID or not, you should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. Stay committed to excellence, as always, on my New York peace, love, and positivity. And there's that part too.
And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
We outro, y'all. Have a great rest of your Monday.